Welcome to the Total Outdoors with the Yankee Cowboy. Got another flashlight review video here. Had my eye on a few flashlights, and unexpectedly I picked up a flashlight that you're probably not going to expect to be great quality, but actually it's very good quality. And as you'll see when we get into the, we'll go over on the bench and we'll do some beam test with it, and you'll see. So I'm actually going to eat my words, because if you've seen my other flashlight video, I was not so much against it, but I didn't prefer the Cree LED lights that are out. I prefer the incandescent bulb with the xenon one that I have on the Cabela XPG. But this light is pretty incredible. So without further ado, let's go over to the review bench and hop into it. Okay guys, first things first, we're going to get into the Coke here. I'm drinking it again. I'll tell you a quick little story. I got hooked on Coke last year. Soda, not cane. And I was drinking like a 12-pack a day. And my wife was like, you gotta stop. So I switched to Crystal Light for a while. But, I don't know, always this time of year, I start drinking Coke. But I'm doing pretty good. Just like to point out, the white can is going away. They made a big stink about this the other day. And people were buying this thinking it was Diet Coke. People weren't supposed to have caffeine or sugar, and long story short is Coke's going back to the red can. So don't know if these will be collector's items, but I like the white can. I think they should keep it. Cheers. Alright, let's get into the flashlights. Never mind that stuff. Here is an old school coastal LED Cree flashlight. This light is probably 7 or 8 years old. I mean, this was state of the art when this thing came out. Now it's garbage, and this thing was like 70 bucks. Well, I shouldn't say it's garbage. I still use it, but it's not great. This here light is from Lowe's. It's 19 bucks. It's all polymer. It's not the best grade of polymer, but it's got some jimping on the side. It's got a good grip to it. It's got green and white. It's LED, and we're gonna do some beam tests on that. But this light here is, I want to say the specs on this were 90 or 110 lums, as well as the coastal was 90 lums maxed out. That was it. Now here's the light that you guys may have seen in my other video. If you haven't, check it out. This is the Cabela's XPG, and I can get you the specs on this light because I actually have the specs for this one. Handy. This Cabela's XPG light. This was 120 lums, and this particular light here is incandescent. It's a xenon bulb. It's very, very, very bright. This light throws a completely different beam. Like I said, if you watch my other one, and when we do the test, you'll see it's more of a white light. More natural, like a sunlight. And this one here has three 123 CR123 batteries. So this one here is a 9-volt. It's 120 lums. That's the number on this. It's 90-minute runtime, and it measures 6.5 inches long. It's got your O-rings. It's CNC anodized aircraft aluminum, and the maximum throw is 120 yards on this one. So it's a pretty damn good light. And like I said, it's aircraft aluminum. It's made very well, and it's got the momentary switch on the back, or you can lock it on. And like I said, it's a xenon bulb in here. The only bad thing about this light, I took it hunting. You can only run this light for about 10 minutes, and then it'll want to shut off. You can take a chance of popping the bulb on it. It gets really, really hot. You can burn paper with this. It's a super bright light. This is more of a task light than to go hunting with. Now, the reason why I'm doing this whole flashlight review over again is because I wanted a bigger light. I wanted the Alaskan light that Cabela's has. They have I believe it's a 500, and I think they have an 800 or 500. Whatever the case may be, I wanted a big lume light, but they were like $179 and $280 bucks. And believe it or not, I tried them out in the store. They're bright. but I've seen some other lights that are comparable. And then when I bought this light at Lowe's, I ran across this other light. I hemmed and hawed like I normally do, but I went back and I ended up picking it up. And this is it right here. This is a 500 lumens Cree LED. It's made by Cobalt. Now I love Cobalt. Their tools are awesome. They're a good quality product. They're lifetime guaranteed. And the lens on this and reflector are really nice on it. It's got all your notchings in here like a tactical flashlight, where if you want to jab somebody in the head with it. The back is the same thing. The cap is the same way. Tells you on here it runs a CR123 battery times 3, so it's a 9 volt. And I'll give you the specs on this one here. This is a high intensity LED. The bulb never needs to be replaced. It got the battery in the lanyard with it. It's got a high and low beam setting on this one, and it's 500 lums it's 2 hours and 30 minutes. It's waterproof, and this is going to shoot out to 100 meters of distance. And this light here, I've taken this one out hunting, and I've used this one in the woods to get in there in the morning, and this thing was fantastic. I didn't film that. I should have, but it was just a quick deal after I'd gotten this light. This light with the LED, the trade-off is you could run this light. You could turn it on, walk around with it, and you ain't got to worry about anything going wrong. This Cabela's light, as much as I love it, like I said, it's going to be a task light. This is going to be for quick things. I take it to work with me now. I use it at work. But I want to jump in and show you guys on the wall. I was going to go outside and do it, but I live by the water, and I got neighbors are right on top of me, so I'm not going to go out there and start beaming lights, because this 500 lumen light, this thing's impressive. But I'm going to back the camera up, get it resituated. We're going to beam on the wall again, and I'll give you guys an idea of what the different looms and the beams look like. So we're going to jump into that. Okay guys, I shut the light overhead, so it's we have some darkness. Okay, this is going to be the old school coastal, and then we're going to overshadow it with the $19 CR123. This is got 2 CR123 batteries in it. We'll overshadow with this. This is 90 lums. So here we go. Here's the coastal. That's 90 lums. That's about an 8-year-old light. All right. Now we're gonna boom. We hit it with the $19 one. See the two beams side by side? Here's 8 years ago what the LEDs look like. Here's a $19 one just walking all over it. And like I said, this one goes green too. See, the green you're not really going to be able to tell, but you can switch it back and forth by turning the front head on it. Alright, now let's put this $19 one up against something a little more in its range. Now we're going to go with the Cabela's. Remember, this is a xenon one. See how natural that light is? I really do. I am a big fan of that. But like I said, the only downside is this light can only run for about 10 minutes, and then it's gonna give you problems. So, I mean, look at that $19 light, man. That's comparable. I'm starting to lean towards these LEDs now. I mean, the light on the right is 19 bucks. This one here, I mean, granted, this light wasn't expensive, but this Cabela's one's built like a brick shit house. And look at that difference there. Now, we're going to shut the Cabela's one off. And now we're going to go with the ringleader here. This is the Cobalt 500 lums. Alright guys, I'm going to put this on the low setting first. Alright, here's the left one. This is the $19 one you're looking at. On the left. Okay? Now here's the right. That's the low setting on the Cobalt one. Looks a little bit below it, right? Alright. Boom. There's the high setting. I mean, look at that thing flooding all over it. That's an impressive light. So, look at that left and right. 19, 500 lums walking all over it. And it's got a good transition from the center spot to the flood around it. See the shadow there? The flood around it? So you don't get that with these, because that's Alright, see what I'm saying here? See this bright white light you're looking at? That's all there is. Now look at this here. Now see there's a shadow, it floods out on the outside? That's a good reflector. Your reflector is where the money comes in on these lights, and light manufacturers don't like to use a good reflector. Okay guys, again, 8-year-old technology. This $19 one has I believe this one has two CR123s in it. Let's double check. Yep, it's only two, so this is a 6 volt. The Cabela's one is a 9 volt. There's 3 CR123 batteries in there. Well, I'll tell you what, this here light, if you're at a Lowe's, 19 bucks, cannot go wrong. This is a kick-ass light. It's very bright, as you saw. The Cabela's one, very good light. It's just a different animal. It's a task light. And then this Cobalt one, like I said, the reflector. That's why I gave a good flood. See how nice the reflector is on it. Now look at the reflector on a $19 light. It's plastic. It's shitty. It's not that good. And then don't forget, this is also great to pick up. This is a Surefire. It's a CR123 waterproof battery case. It stores extra batteries, so you're going to need extra batteries. And this is great. I throw this in my hunting bag, so I don't have to worry about running out of batteries or light. It's going to be there. It's got the lanyard. It's all adjustable, and that's a good item to have too. So there you go. I mean, these are 4 good very lights right here. What this Cobalt one for 69 bucks, you cannot beat it. Okay guys, questions or comments below. As always, thanks for watching the Total Outdoors with the Yankee Cowboy. Cheers.